Welcome to another episode of Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Woohoo! It is nice to be back. I'm actually still on a little bit of hiatus, so I'm only going to be doing my podcast on certain national days. Today is National Wine Day. Tomorrow is National Road Trip Day. And coming up on the 2nd, I have the honor to be giving the certificate of Volkswagen. It's actually going to be on the 2nd, International VW Bus Day. So if you live here in Huntington Beach, definitely come out and support. So today I have my friend Gladys,
Hi, y'all.
ambassador and owner of what winery?
Willamette Valley Vineyards in Oregon.
So
I've been a wine club member in the past for Southern California wineries because, of course, growing up in Southern California, hello, Oregon, you got your California wines. But moving to Oregon has been a treat. I get to really experience some delicious Pinot Noirs. And I fell in love with Willamette Valley Vineyards, and I became an owner and an ambassador right about the same time. So it's near and dear to my heart, and I do enjoy wines from various wineries, no problem there, but I still am a little partial to Willamette Valley Vineyards.
Well, I'm going to pop out for a minute so it could just be you talking about your winery. So here we go.
Hi, y'all. So you can go to wvv.com to get to Willamette Valley Vineyards. But if you are in Oregon, Willamette Valley Vineyards is just south of Salem, Oregon. So Salem is the capital of Oregon. So it's just south and it's up on the hills. And back in some time ago, oh my goodness, was it 83 is when Jim Burnell, he's the founder, the founder of Willamette Valley Vineyards. When he first started it, he had this dream that he wanted to create the best Pinot Noir. He wanted world-class Pinot Noirs. And so he bought this property on the hills in the Willamette Valley, which is very well known for Pinot Noirs. And the main reason for that is when you look at where the latitude is and where France is, that's why France has such delicious Pinot Noirs also, is because they're in that same latitude, which is awesome. We have great climate. We get that morning mist and that coolness, but then we get the warmth during the summer. So we are able to get that climate that really brings out the richness in the grapes. And when Jim first got that property, he was hand watering with the hose. So he was out there watering with the hose. Can you imagine? But his love for the Pinot Noir and his love for what he wanted to do has made him successful. He has been, or Willamette Valley Vineyards has been considered one of the greatest Pinot Noir producers by Wine Enthusiast magazine. And that is such a great honor. The care that this organization takes with their wine is amazing. They have various sections. So depending on what type of wine you want, it's just really cool to actually get a tour of the place. So if you're ever in Oregon, hit me up. I will give you a tour. And once that one was established, then he started up another one in Tualatin Valley, which is Forest Grove, which is about an hour and a half in drive time from one to the other. And now we get tasting rooms throughout Oregon and Southwest Washington. So you can be at the waterfront in Vancouver, Washington, and taste some delicious wines, or you can be in Lake Oswego in this little, strip mall, if you will, and you get to experience what the wines. Now, you are not going to experience the beautiful views. Well, on the waterfront, absolutely, but not at the strip mall. But it's just being up in the vineyard and overseeing all the grapes growing at different times of year. You get all the different colors. it is even on a winter night or not night, but winter time, and you're out there, and even if it's drizzly, it's just nice and cozy to be there. Delicious food. One of the latest ones that I got to, well, I've tried it before, but I had to try it again, is the whole cluster rosé of Pinot Noir. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, the beauty of this one is that it's when
Can you
Jimmy
do it
first,
up closer to the camera? Wow. Okay.
yeah, whole cluster. Look at that
Ah,
beautiful color. So
wow.
this is a rosé of Pinot Noir, and so this one is fermented in stainless steel, and what that does is that it doesn't make it oaky.
Mhm.
It makes it nice and clean and crisp. This is the 2021. This last weekend, I was at the Rosé Festival
Oh,
in
are you serious?
yeah,
Wow.
and everything was
Really cool.
rosé. So it was really cool. We got, our little glass. And of course, Willamette Valley Vineyards was there. And I said, okay, I'm going to try the other ones because I know I'm going to like it. And then, of course, came to Willamette Valley Vineyards. And I'm like, of course, I like it. So I had
Yeah.
to get another bottle because I was out. They have a Champenois, which it goes great with so many foods, but it's a sparkling. And it's, again, that crispiness. Um, One of my favorites is Elton. Elton, this one is a Pinot Noir, but it is very rich. And this is a 2015. So this one, I'm letting it age. It is already a delicious wine, but I just want to let it sit a little bit longer because the last Elton that I had was a 2018, and that one was good. This one's going to be even better. And this one is from the Carlton area. Again, Carlton's about 35 minutes away from where I live, and that's going west. The main winery and vineyard is south of me by half an hour.
So is
So
that Portland, Oregon, or where is that?
yeah, so from Portland, it's south of Portland. It is so I'm between Salem and Portland, and the winery and vineyard is south of Salem. So from Portland down to Willamette Valley Vineyards, I want to say it's about 30 miles or so. So it's not well, if you don't get traffic, you can probably from Portland you can get down there in about 50 minutes or so because it takes me 40 to 45 minutes on a good day. But get traffic, forget it. It'll take over an hour. But it is just if you want to go wine tasting that whole area, you got some wineries. But the one I'll have for tasting today is the Estate Pinot Noir. And
Okay.
this one, it just so happens to have my label.
I
So
love that.
yeah, some of the perks that Willamette Valley Vineyards allows you to put your logo on it. So you can do different things if you're getting married there, if you're doing a celebration. So long as you're buying a case, you are able to do this. There is a fee for it, but for me, it was, I'm like, hey, hello. And so this is
Yeah.
2019 Estate Pinot Noir, which again, it's a very clean flavor. It's when it comes to Pinot Noirs, it's just you can't really appreciate the colors that it has, but it's this beautiful, rich burgundy color, but translucent enough to where it's not like your cab. It's not going to be heavy like your cab, and it's not going to be as light as your Merlot. It's like that in between, but it still has those rich flavors in there that you just go, oh my goodness, this is so good. It is a very easily drank uh, um, wine. And it was planted again by the founder Jim Burnell in it's considered the Salem Hills or Tualatin Estate planted by Oregon pioneer Bill Fuller in the foothills. So that was it's like there's so much history that comes from these Pinot Noirs that Jim just had the foresight to say, this is what I want. This is what I want to bring to the table with that world class. So it's just fun.
Well, let's go into your podcast real quick. Let's do a shout out. Let's talk about your Monday podcast,
Oh, yeah,
4:30.
yeah, yeah. So, and I don't have it with me. I have it over there, but thank you so much for the coaster. So on Mondays, 4:30 Pacific time, we have the Like the Way You Drink podcast. You can find us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Spotify, Apple. So all your normal where you can find your podcast, that's where you're going to find us. But on YouTube and on Facebook, you actually find us live at 4:30, and you could see us and hear us, which is kind of fun because it is all about pairing food and drink. Because you got to like the way you drink, and if you don't, then just don't do it. And this last Monday, we had some fried chicken, and both Tim
Oh,
and I, my co-host and I, we both made fried chicken, and then we paired it with some moonshine. So that was a little different. But we'll do moonshine, we'll do wine, we'll do beer, we'll do spirits, and we'll do cocktails. So all depending on if we can hit a national this day, then we will. And that all is because of you, Cindy,
oh,
that
thank you.
you're reminding us of the National Something Day. And so we try to incorporate it however best we can. But we are on episode 63 coming up this next Monday. It's
Yay.
been so much fun. We've tried things. And part of why we started to do it was our love, well, my love for whiskey, scotch, bourbons, all my brown liquors, and
Oh,
Tim's love for moonshine, and we started exchanging notes, if you will, and we're like, you know what, we got to do this together. And so both of us have tried things that before we had never tried before. Sometimes we're on the air going, okay, well, I'm going to open this bottle of you name it, and then we bring it, and we are truly expressing our feelings of this liquor, beer, wine, what have you, with the food and how they pair well or don't pair well. So it's a lot of fun. Yep, there we are. That is us, and that's my buddy Tim. So look us up at Like the Way You Drink podcast, and there's pictures of the moonshine and the fried chicken. We do put up some recipes. Uh, this one we did some screwball peanut butter whiskey and some and a bourbon, and we do different things. This is right when I came back from Europe, transatlantic cruise. So I brought an Italian beer. So that was kind of fun to have Peroni on that particular day. So it's a mix. We just want to experience and experiment and share that information with our listeners, and really say, what ways can we make this food simple? And some of our drinks, we can make them for a crowd. And sometimes we will say, okay, do all of these things and hold off on the liquor so that the kiddos can drink this mix of whatever we've come up with. And then when you're serving it to the adults, then you add the alcohol to it. So it's kind of fun to be able to do one thing and it will serve the masses, if you will, especially if you're having a party or a get together.
yeah. So let me pull up the National Day calendar real quick. And at some point, I would like to talk to you about being an ambassador with National Day Calendar because they can do a whole article on you. It's a really great way for you to get in front of media. Like, for instance, next year, you could reach out to media and you could say, "Hi, my name is Gladys. I'm a celebration ambassador with the National Day Calendar. I also own ABC Winery, blah, blah, blah. And I would like to come on your broadcast to share how amazing this is. I believe coming up the first Friday of next month is National Donut Day. Yeah,
Ooh.
so here's a national day for tomorrow. We have National Don't Friday,
Um,
National Road Trip Day, Cooler Day, Blueberry Cheesecake. Oh,
um,
Airplane Day. This is funny because tomorrow I'm having one of my business partners, Robin Stern. He's known as the Goo. I always mess this up. Google Guru. And
nice.
so he is amazing. And we do a lot of partnerships together. And I connect a lot of people to his Google class. So he's just absolutely
Oh,
amazing.
nice.
And he's in Coney Island right now. So we're going to
Oh,
be talking
fun.
about that tomorrow.
Oh,
So
very
how do
cool.
you celebrate every single day?
uh, Appreciation, just appreciation for that day, gratitude for those around me. I do try, and I have to try. It is a thing that has to be done. It's not that it comes easy. There's days I forget, and then I'm like, in a poopy mood, and then somebody will send a little something, and it's like, okay, got to appreciate that this is good. And today, I'm part of Rotary. Also, I'm the incoming president of my club.
Awesome.
The speaker was talking about being to showing gratitude, and she actually gave us these gratitude boards where we can put it on, someplace like our refrigerator, and then the family can say, what they're grateful for. And sometimes it's hard to find, and we have to really dig. What are we grateful for? So I brought one to leave here in the office because we do interact. Even though I'm my own office, there are 8 of us here in the building, and so sometimes, like my neighbor, she fed me yesterday, brought me dinner, and I was like, oh my goodness, thank you so much, because I work late some days, a lot of days. And so, that I'm very grateful for, for my neighbors that look after me, that I can say, hey, are you going to be in the office? There's a package. Can you sign for me? So, just being appreciative of those around us is the best way that I could say, that I would celebrate each day as best as I can, because there's a lot of days that it's I'm so tunnel vision that I don't see it, but we try.
Yes, and so I don't know if you seen a podcast that I was on, actually on National Bucket List Day on the 24th. I could send you that, and also there was a couple articles. And so my gratitude actually began on my 16th birthday, which was Princess Diana's wedding. And so I sent her a letter, and they sent a letter back with the Buckingham Palace crest on there. And that's kind of where it all started. And then I want to say within 10 years of that, I actually started my own gratitude gifts business.
Okay.
And at the time, I would go store to store. I would get the card. Then I'd go somewhere else like Macy's or Kmart or wherever, and then get the little gift. And then I'd run to the post office. So literally, it's 1, 2, 3 locations.
Nice.
And so now I have a system that actually does all that for me. But it's just so important to show gratitude. And then all her giving back with orphanages. I can't have any children. So that is where my gratitude heart comes from. So it all started from Princess Diana at 16 years old. And here I am, almost 58 years old. So, and I got to know you, and I've known Tim since 2011.
Okay.
But I still haven't met him in person. I just know him from Facebook. So let's get into it. So this is Airfield, and this is out of Seattle, and I'm going to try the Moscato. And a big shout out to my friend Seattle Lisa. She's one of our travel agents, and it's called Airfield. And I'm a big airplane buff, so she's actually given me a couple of these bottles.
Nice.
Try some here.
I'm gonna have to look for it. If I can't find it here in Oregon, Seattle is 3.5 hours away from me.
Oh, is it?
On a good day, if I don't catch all the traffic, because I'll catch traffic getting into Portland, then I'll catch traffic getting into a little bit into Olympia, not too bad. Tacoma, oh my goodness, it gets really bad in Tacoma, and then once you get into Seattle, it gets a little crazy. But that's I can make it up there. It's a nice area. It's very gloomy sometimes, but it's still a great area. Look at that color. That's just.
Yes, I actually used to work at the Governor Hotel when I was a chef. So I cooked there in Portland, and I only lived there for 3 months. It was too cold for me. So yeah, this is actually Napa Valley Mustard Festival from when I was chefing way back in the day. So I'm going to have a little taste here. Wow, this is amazing, girl. You definitely have to try this. I mean, it's very sweet, but they also, let me show you the other one that I've had also.
Let's see.
This one is. Oh, it says Yakima Valley.
Okay.
And this is a white wine blend.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay.
And then you can see the beautiful airplane right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Blends tend to be so much fun because you're getting different grapes in there, and it's just makes it for very unique. So each year, each bottle is going to taste a little different. When we had some fires out here back in 2020, there was a lot of smoke, and it was thought that there was going to be a lot of loss. In Northern California, of course, at the same time, there was fires going on in the Napa area, what have you. And there was somebody that was impersonating grapes from, so they actually online stating that they were from the Rogue Valley or Willamette Valley and saying they were from Oregon, and they were not. They were buying their grapes from California. My thought is, if you're going to
Oh,
say Oregon, at least buy some of the grapes from Oregon.
mm-hmm.
And they were doing
Yeah.
that. And when Oregon started coming down on him, he gave notice to all the wineries that he was or the vineyards, excuse me, the vineyards in California, saying, "Oh, there's smoke damage. I don't want them," and left them hanging. And that was like, then they were like, "Oh my goodness, we had these grapes that were specifically, and now what do we do?" So what Oregon did is that Oregon wineries and vineyards came together and said, "What can we do for California?" And so they started to buy all the grapes from California,
Mhm.
brought them up to Oregon, and made a specific blend. And actually, proceeds from those wines went back to California. I have a pin in my collection of pins that those that bought the wines could get this pin. I went to a dinner that was all specifically with the wines that were made specifically for California. So,
Oh, wow.
you know what? There's a lot of collaboration that happens in the wine industry that we don't see and that we don't know what's going on. But it's that beauty of collaboration where you're bringing, just like you're bringing different grapes together to make a great bottle. The vineyards are doing the same thing, looking out for each other and saying, "What can we do to help support?" So there's a lot of love there.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen. I make custom charcuterie boards. I actually make the board part of it, and we have my company actually has a way, so we could just I just go on my
Laser.
website, and then we do a laser etch. Like for instance, one
Nice.
of my friends from the Surfrider Foundation, him and his wife, their anniversary is in June, so every June I do something unique. And last year, what I did, I went to Trader Joe's. I got all kinds of berries. I got the amazing Trader Joe's cheesecake. I put that in the middle. I got the Trader Joe's chocolate peanut butter cookies,
Oh yeah, yeah. Those
candies,
are good.
and I laced that around there. And then I just showed up at their house with the charcuterie. So it's a nice little gift, and it's around like 75-ish bucks to send it with shipping, maybe close to 80. But it's really worth it for a lot of my clients who are
Yeah,
just top notch. I like showing the gratitude, and it's yeah, gratitude just goes full circle. So
right.
the more that you show gratitude, the more that the universe is going to bring more abundance to you. So
Yeah,
yeah,
most
so we
definitely.
have a few more minutes. Is there any shout outs you'd like to do today?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. People are so great right now. I shout out to my incoming board for Rotary. I'm like, any announcements, I'm like, I named like five of them out. I said I need to see you right after the meeting, and they just came together. We had to talk about one thing that was quick and easy, and we took care of it. So shout out to my Rotary Club of Wilsonville, and shout out to the chamber here in Wilsonville. They've been so supportive. I've been trying to get a few things done for my incoming year as Rotary president. And one of their members, Fatima, she is amazing. And I said, "Hey, who do you know?" And she's like, "I will connect you with." And I'm like, "Yes." So it's like I have a good support system around me that have been just amazing in helping me be successful with my business. As a business, I'm an insurance broker. So ambassadorship with winery, podcast with Like the Way You Drink has nothing to do with health insurance, has nothing to do with employee benefits, but that's my jam. It's I do everything I can within my business, and then I bring it into the fun part of things, because you have to have some balance. So being able to have that balance with my support system, and then Sean, my boyfriend, his support of the crazy hours that I sometimes, it's like, "Are you gonna come see me?" It's like, "Nope, I'm working," or "I'm doing this."
Yeah.
It's, so I do have a lot of people that are there for me, and some of the fun gifts, gratitude to you for bringing, sending little gifts that appear, and you're like, "Oh yes." That's a lot of fun. So those are
Well,
my.
yeah, and you have another little gift coming to you next week. So
Ooh,
the National Day calendar, National Wine Day. They're the little tiny ones, but they're just beautiful. So you can use those every day when you're drinking your wine.
nice. Love it.
Definitely. So I want to do a duel. So Gladys, I just wanted to thank you so much for all the value you've added to my life. And actually, if it wasn't for Tim, I would have never met you. If you wouldn't have started that podcast, I probably would have never met you. So I'm just so grateful. Let's do a shout to Tim.
Shout out to Tim.
What's so amazing about him?
He is, well, when it comes to making things simple and easy,
Mhm.
simple, easy websites, simple, easy marketing, that is his thing. He has now helped me out because part of being in health insurance, we have a lot of things that are going on right now. The pandemic, all this support that was happening is going away. So a lot of people that were on Medicaid are losing their coverage. And so, going into all these changes and redeterminations, I'm partnering with another broker to help with that. And so Tim is taking care of the website for him because
Awesome.
his website is non-existent. So Tim's like, oh yeah, I can take care of that in 5 days, get it up and running. And he makes it super easy. If it wasn't for Tim, I wouldn't have the podcast because when it comes to the technical side of things, I am not good with that.
Yeah.
And unless I have support, it's like, I can put together, the pairings. I can do the research on the cocktails, on the liquor, whatever it may be, even the history of this food item. But when it comes to technical, and Tim just makes it so easy.
Yes.
And I will tell you, this is what he did. I got off a mastermind with him, went on a call, hopped back on the mastermind. I said, okay, so there are questions that my person, and so I had her on speaker and I go, these are the questions. And Tim was like, have her try this, have her try that. And so Tim like just jumped in and he allowed me, and those that were part of his mastermind allowed me to step into the mastermind back to be able to answer those questions. So that's the person that he is, and those that are around him are the same way. So gotta love the boy.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to do several more shout outs. Senator Janet Nguyen. Oh, wow. A Republican senator here in California. She actually issued me a National Bucket List Day proclamation through the state of
Oh,
California. And
nice.
I actually just talked to her office yesterday. And coming next year, it's going to be California Bucket List Day. So I'm planning on going to the Senate floor to plead my case for that.
Nice.
Of course, Tony, he is our mayor here in Huntington Beach, and also Gracie, she's our mayor pro tem. So I got a proclamation from them as well.
Oh,
Also, the Huntington Beach Chamber of Commerce, the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce, the city of Las Vegas, they gave me a proclamation as well for Las Vegas bucket list. So super stoked about that.
nice.
Everyone who has had my back through all the hard times, all the good times, and of course, my entire team over at American Travel Bureau. It's just been absolutely amazing. And I got to do a shout out to Medicare Misty. She's my girl.
I
Known
love
her, like, I got to
Misty.
know, like 13 years or something like that. So you
She's
want to
awesome.
do a shout out about her, about how amazing she is, and then we'll close out.
Oh my goodness, Medicare Misty. She has so much energy. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness, she's just like she walks into the room and it's like she is here. It's a we did a photo shoot at the end of January in Nashville because we're going to be in Nashville for our first um, our first Women of Insurance
Mm-hmm.
conference. It's going to be in Nashville from the 16th through the 18th, and at the Embassy Suites. And so we did this photo shoot, and she was wearing this beautiful long dress, all these colors, and just the way she moved when the pictures were taken. And I saw the pictures, and they were just amazing. It was like, oh
Yeah.
my goodness. So she just has so much energy and is so supportive and is so caring and just has this bubbly personality, and that woman knows how to network, and she just,
Yes.
oh my goodness, to know Misty is to be happy. You cannot not be happy around Misty. So yep. Love you,
Definitely. And
Misty.
then the shout out to Airfield Winery. Make sure you check it out there in Seattle and do a shout out to your winery, and we'll close.
Thank you so much, Willamette Valley Vineyards, for being around and putting my logo on your wine, because I am so proud to be an owner, have my label on there, and to be an ambassador and be able to talk about you, to give us those opportunities for fun. I mean, and it's just amazing. So thank you, Jim, for the vision that you had for bringing us owners together at least once a year. So I was in a magazine, a wine magazine, Oregon Wine Magazine, because we were with the group. And so it's like, yep, I was in a magazine. So it's just a great place. And again, if anybody's in Oregon, hit me up, because I will do a wine tour with you.
And I definitely want to do that with you. I'm really excited about
It'll
that.
be fun.
Okay, I'm going to pop you in the green room. Anything else you'd like to mention before we close out on how you want to celebrate today?
Thank you. I'm going to celebrate by being grateful to you for this invitation,
Thank
Cindy,
you.
for
Thank you.
being amazing and saying, hey, and adjusting the time. I know that my schedule got a little weird, and you made time for me. So that is, you're near and dear to my heart. So thank you so much for that. I look forward to continuing to partner and work with you in various capacities. So thanks.
Thank you. I'm going to pop you in the green room. I think there's a charcuterie there and maybe a couple of glasses of vino for you. So hang on tight, and I'll see you in a minute. So go out there and celebrate every single day. So this is what you need to do for your DMO, daily methods of operation. Think of 5 to 10 people every single day to express gratitude. Just call and say, hi. Hi, this is Cindy. Just wanted to see how you're doing today. Let me know what the best part of today is. Nothing about business at all. Just about building that relationship and showing love and kindness. And of course, check out nationalbucketlistday.com coming up in April. So we have a toss-up. It's going to be between Mazatlan and New Orleans. And of course, connect with Gladys. You could actually see her information here in the chat. And live your life to the fullest. We have the day that we're born and the day that we pass away. What are you doing to make the most of that dash? Shaka, baby. Love y'all.